Lions versus the Packers in Lambeau on a Thursday night. How does this one shake out, Easy?
It's a close game. I think it's a close game either way you cut it. I think if you break this game down without your Detroit Lions bias, you'd have to analyze it as that. I think the Green Bay Packers got a tough defensive line going up against a banged up Detroit Lions front. That makes things a little bit interesting. I think you also, the strength of the Detroit Lions team is the run game. And Dave Montgomery, thank God, is a little bit healthier than he was last week, but still a little banged up. I think it depends on how good Taylor Decker and D-Mont are feeling. It's crazy to speak on an 11-man side of the ball for the offense, and an offense that was like top 5 last year and feel so dependent on that run game, but that's just what the Detroit Lions are.
That's what happens.
And I would feel a little bit better if Josh Reynolds was healthy, but we saw him go out there last week with a banged up groin, and he just wasn't himself. Matter of fact, I don't think he caught a single ball, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be a close game, either way you cut it. My official score prediction, if I'm being honest with you guys, is like around like 24-20, and I think that goes either way.
Yeah.
I think it goes down to who has the last possession of the game, to be honest with you.
Yeesh, I don't like that. It sounds like some haterade. No, I think the Lions win this game. I think the Lions, now with Taylor Decker and David Montgomery back, I am even more confident in what they can do. I think Green Bay can't stop the run. They've proven that so far this year. They aren't able to stop the run. So the Lions need to bang them inside. They need to run the ball down the field, run the ball down their throat, and make sure that they keep their offense on the field. Make sure they keep Jordan Love and those receivers on the sidelines so the Packers don't have the opportunity to score points. I think the Lions dominate this game in the trenches, and they end up getting it done. I'm going to say 27-21 Lions.
I like it.
Jeff?
Take out the banging inside part, but I agree with that, actually. I do.
You don't like the banging
I
inside?
I think the Lions are going to control the line of scrimmage. I think so. I mean, you look at the Packers' run game without Aaron Jones. I'm curious, it's his first game back off that hamstring injury. He looked pretty good game one, at least in the passing game. You know who leads the Packers in yards per carry right now, besides Keyshawn Nixon, who had one carry for 11 yards? Jordan Love. He leads them in yards per carry. A.J. Dillon
is trash.
He's been awful this year.
I learned the hard way.
There is some concern there. I mean, look at Matt LaFleur's offense. They want to run the ball. They want to establish play action. They wanted Jordan Love to be comfortable, and that's when he thrives. So I think the Lions' strength against what the Packers want to do. They've been good against the run right now. They're 9th in the NFL, I believe, against the run. So yeah, I like the Lions' chances here. The other thing that I think is interesting, before I give my final score, and I'm curious for Dan Campbell, you know what the Packers are allowing on fourth down conversions for opponents? It's like a 70% conversion rate. So is this Dan Campbell? Is this time to be aggressive?
I like it.
I'm curious. I got the Lions winning, though, 24-16. I think they take care of it.
I like
one
it.
Score, though.
It is a divisional game. It is on the road, so it's going to be tough. But I just see this team. I'm not scared of the Packers anymore. I'm not scared of the big bad boogeyman in Green Bay anymore.
He's gone.
It's Jordan Love. And I know Jordan Love hasn't looked terrible, but he hasn't looked good either. And I'm not scared of that.
That's fair. Devin99 says they can't run and they can't stop the run. That's actually a phenomenal point made. We saw Bijan Robinson go up against the Green Bay Packers, put up 124 yards. And he had a little bit receiving on top of that, too. I think you said it was like 180-something overall. That is true. Got to be honest with you, Jahmyr Gibbs ain't giving us Bijan numbers so far. And it's up to that's why I'm so dependent for my prediction of this game on the health of Taylor Decker and David Montgomery collectively. It's really up to those two. Because if it were a situation where you have a Dan Skipper in there, outside of like a Kobe Sorsdale, who's been practicing in the guard position all off season. I know he's a tackle routinely from William & Mary, but like William & Mary tackles aren't an Ohio State tackle. They aren't a Michigan tackle.
Yeah.
They're not facing the same type of competition. That's why you take a William & Mary tackle, you try making him a guard. He had a couple reps against last week. I'm sorry, I almost said Jermaine Dupri. Bud Dupree.
Yeah.
Didn't look the greatest. Held his own, but Goff got hit a couple times. As Jacoby Sorsdale was in that game trying to block Jermaine Dupri. Bud Dupree. Let me get this straight right off the rip. All right, if Taylor guys doesn't miss any reps, and Kobe Sorsdale's to step in there to block a Rashawn Gary, who alternates on what side of the line he chooses, I guarantee he's not choosing Penei Sewell's side. And that's where things get a little bit sketchy. I think both in the run game and the pass game. But what I do believe is Lions' run game is more than just like man-on-man. It's also scheme-based too. And if Kobe Sorsdale has that down, and if maybe Montgomery's feeling well, there's still a chance there too. The only thing that scares me about this Green Bay Packers team is that defense, if I'm being honest with you. Offensively, I guess you could look at their weapons, and you do get a little bit you do consider it as possible threat. But again, the Jordan Love, 53%. I think Cam Sutton's been phenomenal. I think Tracy Walker is more than qualified to obviously start the safety position. He's done it for us before on a team that ended up in the top 5 in the NFL draft. But nonetheless, they're still serviceable guys. So the only thing that scares me with this Green Bay team is that defense, and if our right side of the line or left side of the line, however they decide to do it tonight, it's definitely going to be Decker on the left, Penny back on the right. That's the only thing that has me nervous. Demont and Decker.
Yeah.
I'm worried more about us than I am about them.
That's fair. That's fair. It's the injury thing for sure, and the Packers are dealing with injuries of their own, and you're going to figure out all of that after us because the Lions pregame show comes on after us.
Yeah.
This man, the myth, the legend, the franchise, the network, Jeff Iafrate, will be hosting
Such a
the
blessing.
Lions pregame show right after the heavies get off. We're done at 6, and then Jeff comes on at 6:30, and he's ready to go, so make sure you guys stay tuned for the Lions pregame show right after the heavyweights. But I'm not worried. Taylor Decker played through this injury. He got hurt and finished the game, and it didn't hamper him at all. And yeah, the Lions didn't win that game, but he still played through it, and he still did his thing. So I'm not worried about that. This man's a warrior. He plays injured. Linemen play injured. It's happened. I am confident that the Lions will be able to run the ball against this Green Bay defensive front with or without Taylor Decker, because they haven't been able to stop anybody from running the ball this year. And I know they'll be able to get it done, and I expect them to get it done. I expect them to win the line of scrimmage. I expect them to push the Packers back and make some things happen. I'm excited for it. I'm ready for it. The Lions are going to win this game, man.
Also, this is what I've said in the chat now. I want to make sure, like, the people who are maybe driving, have it on, but just still driving with the phone next to them, can't look at the chat. If we hit 169 likes before the stream ends, while live, we'll have one of the baddest Lady Janes come through, the Lady Janes girls, and I'll wax my eyebrows live on there. I'm just putting it out there. I'll let you guys
hold
know.
on.
What?
You're holding your word on that?
I got my word on it. I
Make
reached out to
100
two.
burners right now.
100 burners right now?
169 likes, and
169
you're going to
likes.
get your eyebrows waxed.
On air.
On air.
Not both of them. I'm just like I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, that's so you're getting, it's like upkeep, like you're just looking good.
Yeah.
Oh, then,
Oh, not like off?
No, just in the middle.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
well, I'll do that too. I need to get it cleaned up too. I
It's
mean,
still, does it feel good?
It's not
dude,
terrible.
I mean, come on.
What do you mean?
I thought I was like, oh shit, is he about to? Oh, it's okay.
You
It's
guys
all
thought I was doing both my eyebrows?
No,
for
like-
169 likes?
I mean, it's,
Bro, I'm not even buying a jersey for less than 400. Get off. Get the fuck out of here.
right. All right.
You guys want a jersey? You hit 400.
that's how you said it. But
You said it.
so the Lions aren't the only team dealing with injuries in this game. The Packers are also dealing with injuries. David Bakhtiari was put on IR, but Aaron Jones and Christian Watson are both going to play in this game. Are you worried about Aaron Jones? Are you worried about what he can do for this team?
No. I mean, the only area that I'm concerned about Aaron Jones is possibly as a pass catcher. I was the one parading it all last week when everyone was scared of Bijan Robinson. I told you Detroit Lions defense, run defense in particular, has been phenomenal. From 2022 into this year, Aaron Glenn has been phenomenal, and specifically against Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones has rushed for more than 62 yards against the Detroit Lions, led by Aaron Glenn. Other defensive gurus or geniuses, Matt Patricia's fat ass, he tore him up.
Yeah.
But Aaron Glenn, he's solid against the run. In the passing game, however, that's why I do get a little bit nervous, because Aaron Jones provides that to you as a running back. He's not just one of those, I don't want to bring Jahmyr Gibbs back into it, but he's not just a running back. Aaron Jones gives it to you out of the backfield. He'll give it to you out of the slot. Aaron Jones is nice.
Yeah.
Unless the number one guy on my list to look out for on the Green Bay Packers offense is going to sound crazy to a lot of you, because obviously they have two respectable receivers, in my mind, respectable receivers. Luke Musgrave.
Dude.
And I get he's a rookie, but he's got the length. He's got the speed. He's been open on multiple occasions. Watching the tape, both just Lucas and myself watching it in the living room, and both JT Sullivan broke down Jordan Love's tape.
Yeah.
2 times he missed Luke Musgrave deep. What's one position the Detroit Lions have been unable to protect in that secondary for a decade almost?
Tight ends.
Tight end.
It's tight ends.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Luke Musgrave, rookie, get all upset however you want. I don't care. He's a talented guy.
Yeah.
He's a
No,
talented
he
guy.
can make things happen, and we talked about it yesterday about how a good tight end is a matchup nightmare for any defense. And I said it at first, like, yeah, the Lions haven't been able to cover tight ends, but a good tight end can't be covered by any offense or any defense. The one guy who was like, oh, he's going to lock down a tight end was Eric Berry. And a tight end is a nightmare for a defense because they're too big to be guarded by a safety or a corner, and they're too fast to be guarded by a linebacker. So if you have a good tight end, he's probably going to do some damage. I don't know if Luke Musgrave is this generational tight end that we need to be worried about, but can he slip out? Can he get a couple catches here and there? Yes. I do have his over 35 receiving yards, I think, and so I'd like to see him get a couple catches. Nothing too crazy.
I got the over on the catches.
Nothing too crazy, but a couple catches. But I'm not worried about Luke Musgrave. I'm not fearing Luke Musgrave. I'm fearing.
Who?
If I'm fearing anybody, it's Aaron Jones out of the backfield. That's
as a runner or a pass catcher?
As a pass catcher. Aaron Jones out of the backfield.
Okay.
As a pass catcher. That's what's cooked the Lions for a long time. We saw him cook Chicago with that. That is another thing the Lions haven't been able to cover too well is running backs out of the backfield receiving the ball. So Aaron Jones is very good at that. He's a great player doing that. And that's the one thing I'm worried about. But again, the same thing with him and Monty is how healthy are they? How much of a pitch count are they going to be on? How many snaps are they actually going to get?
Right.
So we'll see going forward, but I'm not too worried about it.